All right, so I am about to go to a psychology conference. I'm a student assistant. I just pulled up to the place, so I'm not gonna be able to talk long. But what I want to say is, people are going to doubt you, test you, push you, judge you, criticize you, things of that nature. You have to be strong enough to not listen to that shit, to not be fazed by that shit, because it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It will probably be best that you expect someone along your path one day to talk shit, you know what I'm saying, to say something. And it's not necessarily that you're looking for negativity or searching for negativity, but it's more on the lines of, I know that there are assholes out there. I know that there are people whose opinions and values and beliefs differ from mine. I know there are people whose lifestyles are different from mine. You get what I'm saying? And there are people who are not going to understand me, and who may question me, or who may, look at me through the lens of their own perception. You know what I'm saying? So you have to expect people to, try you sometimes. And you have to be able to be strong enough to not let that shit break your character, and not let that shit fuck with your mental and your emotions. Sometimes, some things may hurt. Some things may make you feel like, damn, but the key point here is to not question yourself. If you truly know who you are and you believe in who you are, stand on that. You know what I mean? Stand on it. That's why self-awareness and self-knowledge is so important. Because when you stand on everything you say you are, you know what I'm saying? When you, like, for example, you may have done shit in your life that was like, maybe questionable. You know what I'm saying? You may have felt like, damn, like, am I a bad person because I'm, shit, I need it. Hang on, I started thinking my time, but you may think like, okay, am I a bad person because, I broke someone's heart? Am I a bad person because I, hurt someone's feelings? But you have to realize, like, overall, are you a loving person? Are you a caring person? And what's the evidence of that? Give me an example of how you've been loving and caring. You know what I'm saying? And that's you at the core. Regardless, certain things are circumstantial, situational, but you at the core, that will always remain constant. You're loving, you're caring, you're kind. You know what I'm saying? You're compassionate, you're understanding. And you may not be expressing those aspects of yourself with every single person that you meet, but it doesn't change the fact that that's still you. So learn your values, and learn who you are at the core. You know what I'm saying? So that way when people come to you with bullshit, you won't be phased. I've been called cocky, arrogant. I've been called an asshole. I've been called all kind of shit just because I stand in my power, because I speak my truth. I speak truth. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm wrong, I'll admit that I'm wrong, but I stand in who I am. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what anybody else says. And for my entire life, pretty much, I've been silent. I've been allowing people to speak to me any kind of way and do any kind of thing to me, and like, nothing crazy, but I'm just saying, like, I have been basically silent. I didn't know how to speak up for myself. I didn't have confidence. I didn't know how to, assert myself. You get what I'm saying? And now I have the ability to speak up for myself and assert myself and assert my boundaries. I know my worth now. You know what I'm saying? When you know your worth, when you know your value, and when you know who you are, nobody can fucking say anything to you. Nobody can really faze you. Nobody can knock you out of who you are. And that's really all I had to say today. I definitely got to go, but yeah, peace.